Okay, I finally got all my stuff sorted. Roll20's working, thank God.
Ugh.
So we can get this show on the road. It's so nice seeing this in dark mode now. They also changed the font, which I like. Font looks a lot cleaner. Now let's see how many.
I still love that 100 tampons, lady.
That is pretty.
Now let's just see how much more stuff is broken.
It's so pretty. Okay.
The rules,
Where you go, Thomas?
the rules not. Oh right, yeah, they have changed the ruler. This will only be a short recap. Our band of adventurers, the Telaria, have just finished a job for Olivia Vulchon, the Archmage of Lanarge, in which they had discovered the murderer of an alchemist, Brandon, being another arcane spellcaster known as Alara Rowe. With the job done, and preparing to move on to greener pastures, you decide to relax for the day, to slow down, and to cool off. Of which the jury is out on that second part, given the conversations and sparring that had partaken during that day. Conversations were had, and tensions had risen, resulting in a few arguments. But, following the next day, you had decided that you would do... Well, two of you decided that you would do some last-minute shopping before preparing for your journey out of the city of Lanarge and into the city of Embar. And that is where we left off. So...
Okay. So, I think it was left off basically super amazing best friends for life. Aki and Mev going into the general store.
Disgruntled pirate boyfriend in bed. Safe.
Yeah, and he's hopefully recovering in bed from a presumably messy night out, yeah.
Yeah. We went to the general store to get games.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Damn. Bless you.
Yeah, so you're going to get, like, various games like free, what's it called, Free Dragon Ante?
Yeah.
Dragon Quest and such? Okay. The general store is well stocked, and it does have several of those games available. We'll say, like, are you just going for any and all of them, or...
What's there? What's around?
Literally all of them.
Oh, nice.
It's a well-stocked general store in the second biggest city of the second biggest city of the Republic. So it's gonna be well-stocked.
All of them. I say all of them. You know?
Do they have code names? Oh my god. Sorry,
Yeah.
I just opened my character sheet in dark mode and god, it's pretty. So nice.
Totally not me looking. Ooh, that is nice.
It is
I
pretty,
know!
isn't it?
Look at the red dragon!
Okay. What? Hold on. Because do they have it? Wait, is there also an herbalism kit there?
You could probably get a herbalism kit from Rickety May.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Given that she's the currently only alchemist in the city at the moment.
R.I.P. Brandon.
Listen, this is just great for business. I don't know why we're complaining.
Okay. So I guess like well, I think yes, it seems to be in a good set. All the cards are here, good quality. Yes, I think I'll take this one. Mev, tell you what, how about as a favor, you get whatever or however much tickles your fancy, and I'll pay the cost.
That is very nice of you. What's the catch?
No catch. It's just from looking into knowing what I know of emotional responses and soothing the soul, in some cases they use something called retail therapy, which you buy something that you would like, and hopefully that little bit of kindness to yourself heals, or at least starts to heal a wound. And well, I believe you could do with some wound healing, and I wouldn't want to damage your wallet too badly.
Oh.
And that's all. No catch. Just looking after a dear friend.
She was just listening to you, and her smile grew as you were talking.
Oh no.
Well,
I've given her a carte blanche in a fucking shop.
I don't know a whole lot about this retail therapy. This sounds like a rich people thing. But, I'll take you up on your offer. That sounds very nice. I would like all the games.
Oh.
I would like cards. I would like dice. If they have something fucking weird there, like, I don't know, Clue. I want that.
You want the whole world, you want it all. Something like that. I haven't seen
Yeah.
seen that movie
That-
in years.
That was correct, yeah.
Oh, nice.
They don't have regular Uno, but they have that Uno that comes in with that little machine that shoots out cards at you.
Yeah.
God, I remember that. I wanted one of those when I was a kid.
Yeah, they were cool.
I don't have fucking Uno.
There is no Uno in this world, unfortunately.
We can make Uno, thank you.
So, in terms of games, so there's a pack of cards that you can. I'm just gonna list them all first before I say like the total prices. You're buying them all. Free Dragon Ante, Dragon Chess, which is chess, checkers. There's more Knuckle Bones.
Mm-hmm.
They do have dice for whatever game you can think of. They have shit. What was it called? You know the one where they have like the counters and you gotta flick them towards like a ball in the middle with another one?
Tiddlywinks?
Tiddlywinks, that's it. They've got those.
Do they have those bone check up and bone things?
Yeah, I just said Knuckle Bones. They got those.
Thank you. Can't remember the name for it.
And the last bits that they have is...
They have Mousetrap.
No, they don't have Mousetrap. They have... God, what's it called? It's so annoying when you... Oh, wait, no. They have a fancy version of Mahjong.
Give all of that.
Okay. So, in combination of all of those, it'll cost you, we'll say, a gold and 4 silver for the lot.
Oh, that's cheap. Okay.
It's a bunch
It's
of
just
games.
some games,
Yeah, exactly.
Have you tried buying board games in real life? They're not cheap.
There's no board games here, though. It's literally just like,
Okay.
here's some cards.
Fair enough, okay. I don't have the change for a gold and 4 silver, so I'll just put down 2 gold.
Okay, you get 6 silver back.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, actually, I'll go, it's fine. Around 2 gold, I think, is good for both of us, isn't it?
You make me think of an NPC on the fly. Yay. Yep, so the shopkeeper takes just takes the 2 gold. It's just like, hey, thank you, kindly sir.
You have an old wizened face. Please tell me your life story. No.
Well, you see, back
no, I'm not going to do that. That was a joke. And I'll just go. Thank you very much. I hope it's not too much of an issue restocking these. And
it's pretty easy to get a hold of these.
I just wondering. Wasn't trying to put you out of too much work. And thank you very much, though. And I guess I will, in a kind of a higgledy-piggledy pile of different pieces of wood and card and board, sort of all stacked up top of each other. I'll start like carrying them out of the general store.
You know, you talk way too much.
It's honestly surprising you've just noticed now, as he's trying to like not lose his footing.
I've mentioned it a couple of times. Mev's walking right beside you, knowing damn well that she could probably carry all of those and not even flinch. But she is electing not to.
I mean, to be fair, the problem isn't more the weight; it's just the fact that it's all piled up a bit, and they're all kind of different weights and that kind of stuff. It's just awkward to carry.
She could still do it. She could make it easier, but no.
Just one word, and she can make the pain go away.
I know, but odd in his own mind, like Aki's his own brand of nice. Like he would never ask in a weird way.
Yeah, Mev is just grinning ear to ear.
Like, and yeah, it's like you do know how to play all of these, don't you?
Well,
because I wasn't allowed to play a lot of these. Like I only learned how to play Three Dragon Ante by watching some of the servant boys playing it.
Really? Well, I suppose we will learn together. I picked some of them just because they look like fun.
Hold on, I want to try something. Can I roll a dexterity saving throw?
Sure.
Lovely. Okay. Okay.
Bad.
As you're talking and Aki sort of like focusing on you, he sort of hits like a loose like a wonky level cobblestone and sort of just stumbles a bit. Doesn't one of the pack of the cards at the top of the pile falls off to the ground and goes, oh, by the stars. Hold these for a second, and he'll hand the big pile over to you. As he leans down to pick up the back of the card.
Yeah, she'll take that.
And then he just
No, you gotta ask for assistance.
well, I bought them. I paid the price. I suppose it's if they are by right my belongings, they should be my way to bear, so to speak.
Nicholas, you gifted them to me, so these are my belongings.
Perhaps I loan them out with a no fee, no interest loan, and you may use them in perpetuity. But
Are you going back on a gift?
No, I'm just being a snivelling literalist, frankly, trying to annoy you.
I don't think you're quite getting your desired result.
Look, it's a learning experience, isn't it? It's
a learning experience on irritating people?
It's one of the many lessons, I suppose, yes.
No, I just think you're funny.
Fucking why is my instinct just to go into the full Joe Pesci speech from Goodfellas? Funny how? Funny like I amuse you, like I'm the
like I'm a clown, or
funny like I'm a clown, yeah. No, and he just goes, so I'm learning. I'm very much a novice, but I'm getting there. Then in that case, am I?
Yes, we'll go with that.
Now I remember. Oh God! Oh, that's true. I remember. I remember talking to my grandfather, and he once told me about the fact that people either laugh at you or with you. I'm not entirely sure what it is in this situation.
Mev gives you her token Cheshire Cat smile. What are you willing to bet it is?
Given the fact that I have been the butt of many a jape, and the fact that I am obviously something of an oddity, an upper craft anomaly, I am, and perhaps you are more laughing at my own airs and graces, verging on the ridiculous more than any wit and whimsy I produce purposefully, shall I say.
One, make an insight check.
For me.
No,
What?
you make an insight check.
Okay. In Sigurd. Oh,
Okay.
that's low for me. Okay.
You, at the very least, notice something changes in Mev's smile as you're talking, but you're not sure what.
But she's still smiling.
I mean, she was smiling before. Mev always smiles, but something changed in the context of it.
Okay.
And she... can you say that in common?
I am an upper class twit who uses too many fancy and long words and constantly put my foot in my own mouth. Therefore, I could be used as for the derivation of humor.
So you think I am laughing at you?
In essence, yes.
You know, I think it's hard for me to say too. I mean, yes, I am laughing at you, but I don't know. I like your funny words. I like how long-winded you are. It's charming.
Well, you may consider it charming, but from our interactions with us and our compatriots, I assumed my long-windedness was something in need of shortening more than of savoring and enjoying.
Almost definitely. In like professional situations and things, you really need to stop talking. But here it's nice. So, I don't know if it can be considered laughing at you or with you, considering it's nice.
Just nice.
Is there anything wrong with nice?
No, there's positively nothing wrong with nice. It's just nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's nice.
You know, just for fun, another dexterity saving throw.
A little worse this time.
yeah. This time the deck of cards from before, the Dragon Anti set, the Dragon Anti cards, and the Knuckle Bones go spelling. As he steps in, basically like a wet bit of mud on the floor and sort of loses his footing as he steps.
They're in bags
Okay.
and boxes, you know.
Now, I am laughing at you.
can you hold? By the stars. Could
Do you need a hand?
if you have them to spare, I suppose. Yes.
Yeah, Mev will help him up and take some of them.
Okay. Righty.
And we will head back
Yeah, head back
to the
old barracks, yeah.
the old barracks.
Probably around this time, Havelock, your nap would have ended.
It'd help if I didn't accidentally mute myself. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But I am still up in the room.
Okay. So, you eventually return to the rest of, to everyone else in the old barracks. Just kind of sitting there, waiting. The only person that's missing at this point would be Havelock, who's still in Aki's room.
Yeah, Mev will.
Just writing words. Hold on. Because actually, I don't think... Have I told anyone about Havelock?
You told Mev.
You told
Did I tell Mev?
You told Mev when you were heading to the shops last session.
Oh, okay, cool. I suppose when I get back, if Mev, are you carrying all the games?
Yeah.
Okay, I think we both go up the stairs. I think you. I guess. What are you doing? Are you gonna put the games in your room? Or because my
is everyone else downstairs?
Everyone else being Kinley and Marine.
So.
Yeah.
I thought Marine got glued to the seat last time.
All right. If that's the case, then Mev kind of like peeking over the games. Oh, hello everyone. How are you? Good morning. And Mev will dump the games on the table. Whew. Okay. So, have you guys had your breakfast? She looks around. I guess is Kindling eating?
You guys had breakfast like in the morning last session as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was delivered.
I think as you sit down at the table with a pile of board games, I'll just sort of tap you on the shoulder. I'll tap you on the shoulder and go like, go, I just need to check someone upstairs. I'll be back in a little bit. And I'll walk up up the stairs up to the rooms.
Good luck.
Thank you. With a bit of a quiz cool look in his face. Explanation. It's hold on. Pause the game. I'm typing stuff. And keep it in.
I'm doing their voices in my head, but they're all Mev voices.
So basically,
It's all.
So basically, what you're hearing in your head is Mev's interpretation of what Marine sounds like and what Kindling sounds like.
Yes, it's fucking like. So what is all this? I believe these are games.
So Peach. While you and him were talking, we have a back view for Havelock now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Let's continue. Okay, so yeah, I'll go upstairs to my room and sort of. Can I listen through the doorway?
Sure, given how perceptive you are. Unless Havelock is trying to be sneaky. Is Havelock trying to be sneaky?
No, he doesn't even hear anything. It's just fucking dead silent in there. Which is quite frankly more
Okay.
concerning.
In which case, Aki will just slowly, as quiet as he can, open the door.
Havelock is standing. Does Aki's room have a window, Tom?
Yeah.
He's just staring out the window. Not related to this, but you see the lovely new Havelock dropped art that I've put in the squared box. You get to see his back. Congratulations.
That's good. Yeah, and Aki with a slight tone in his voice sort of goes, planning a new escapade, have a look.
I don't remember walking in here.
You didn't. You were carried in here by me this morning.
Why would you even do that?
Well, you didn't. You didn't accept the offer I laid down on the table last night. I said if you wanted somewhere to sleep that wasn't your usual domicile after any kind of spat or feud with Mevelair, that you were welcome in my chamber, but alas, you weren't there, and so I managed to trace your steps and found you in you were comatose in a gutter in an alleyway not far from here. In the wee hour, just at dawn, and found you in your ignoble heap and slung you over my back and brought you here for at least a few hours of comfort and recharging, so to speak.
Havelock laughs nervously and turns to face you, crossing his arms, leaning against the window. If you wanted me in your bed that badly, all you had to do was say so. Instead of grabbing me from where I was originally sleeping.
Well, I'm not much of a connoisseur, but where you seemed sleeping didn't seem all that comfortable, and, well, you had other options, so I delivered you to one of them. And besides, the bed's only built for one person, and it's not the kind of weather where body heat would be needed, is it?
I run cold. I couldn't tell. Havelock walks over to Aki and just gives him a little pat on the shoulder. So what's the plan?
We need a plan.
Do we not need a plan? What are we telling them?
What do you mean, what are we telling them?
Come on.
Is there something I'm not seeing? Is there... What have you told them already?
What's gonna be the excuse on why I'm not talking to the little one? Leader.
I don't know. It would be a strange moment to bring up your sudden vow of silence.
Fuck it. Buy me a drink?
As long as it's not alcoholic, yes.
What kind of drinks are there that are alcoholic?
Frankly, most things you can imbibe aren't alcoholic.
Ugh, disgusting.
But I remember I had a loutish uncle growing up. And my long-suffering aunt used to recommend fresh milk, fresher the better, for curing one who was hungeth over.
Alright. Yumi will have some milk. She
I'm
bought
not one
breakfast,
for.
didn't she?
I'm not one for milk. It unbalances my humors. I'm usually prone to sudden fits of private necessity for a while after drinking milk, you see.
So you get the shits.
Yes, yes, Havelock, I get the shits.
See, I like it when you talk like that. It's more fun.
What do you mean when I'm as vulgar and baseless and unsubtle as possible? You find it just an improvement, do you?
An improvement, but it's amusing.
yeah, Aki's lactose intolerant.
We got lore!
In case we wasn't sure that he was a fucking nerd.
Which, to be fair, I didn't even have written in his character sheet. I just made that up now. I was
Listen,
just
that's the best kind of lore.
I was just like, it would be funny if like his definitely not boyfriend. So I said like, hey, let's drink milk, and he said like, no, I'll be shitting all day if I do.
Listen, at least his ass would be clear later.
That's
My
true.
God.
Oh fucking hell! Oh god damn it! I'm not even sexual on that one split side. Fuck. God damn it! Okay. Baby shit and cut. Excuse me. Okay. Anyway, fucking Christ. Dear.
Okay, so yeah, it's like I think I will I think I'll have just fresh water or some kind of an infusion. I think. But you're welcome to milk. Just it's not quite for me.
Fine, I'll drink the milk, only if you're buying it, and I guess some water too.
Good. Also, it would behoove me to mention quite the design on your back, good sir.
Oh, you like it?
Yes, Kraken, isn't it?
That it is. Havelock's just gonna turn around again and fucking move the 13 pounds of hair that he has.
Jesus. Have any significance? Clan affiliation, some sort of a special pirate god of the sea who takes the form of a kraken, or?
Not exactly. But it
You
did
just like-
save me. So
the tentacles you often use in battle, they're from a dear friend, are they?
Mm-hmm. They're for my patron.
And your patron is a gigantic island-sized squid. Octopus, sorry.
Well, yes, she is.
Ooh, she's a she.
Of course, she's a she.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not too well attuned to cracking anatomy to separate to separate the sexes, I'm afraid.
Don't you know all the best forces of nature are a she? I mean, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
I suppose, but yet, how come in most significant religions, most of the... Alright. Worth pondering upon. Right, they're all gathered downstairs. I think that with the Mevele situation, I believe you two can have a private spat of your own and settle it like civilized adults, but it shouldn't interfere and be a detriment to the other members of the party if they're not privy to it. So perhaps when you go down there, try not to crack a skull on the table, will you?
Listen, Aki, I know I like to do things a little rougher than you like sometimes, but I'm here to do a job. We're co-workers. I'll be civil.
As long as that job isn't maiming a fellow member of the Telaria, that'll be fine.
Well, if I remember in the contract, there was, do not do anything to ruin the name of the Telaria or anything to do with your name. And I'm pretty sure attacking a party member would do that.
Well, I suppose only if it ends up in the gazettes and in pamphlets made by local print shops. But shirtless pirate beats up incredibly buff small girl may not be front page news. Depends on the other important dealings of the day, I suppose.
I'm not gonna attack her. Not yet, at least. She fucks with me, though. She hits first. All bets are off the table. But until then, you have my word and you can choose to trust it or not. I mean, you trusted me enough to leave you in your room alone.
That's true, I suppose. Swear it on that, swear it on that, eight-tentacled woman on her back, will you?
I swear it on my and her life.
I suppose that'll do. Right.
And we seal it with a kiss, and I kiss him on the cheek, and I walk out.
What's he wearing?
His pants and a dagger strapped to his thigh still, and his boots.
He'll grab the coat that, or like a shirt or the coat that he has.
Havelock's new armor shirt.
And basically chuck it down try to chuck it down at Havelock.
Can you repeat that one more time, Ed? I did not process that.
Okay. So basically, the coat and the shirt or whatever you have, he sort of bundles up and tries to throw at you as you head downstairs.
Have some decency, man. Put those on.
Are you saying my titties out in the morning are not good enough for you?
I'm sure your titties are lovely, but perhaps it's not what other patrons would have in mind of an effective start to the day.
Fine, hold my coat and I toss it back to him. And then I put on my fucking armor. And I grab my coat back and I put it back on.
That's awesome.
Happy.
Marginally. And he'll walk downstairs.
Alright, what's up, party? And Mav.
They are currently talking about the games, and, you guys come downstairs. Mev looks over, hearing you guys coming. Oh, they're back. Good morning. How did you sleep, Havelock?
Oh, Kindling, can I have a piece of bacon? Why is everyone throwing things at me today?
I guess because if we sat down together, there'd probably be two spaces next to the left, and Aki just gives Havelock mean side eye.
Yes, darling. Bats the eyelashes.
You're misreading this glare, Havelock.
And he's trying to do a bit of a stern face, but he looks more constipated than stern. Because again, it bears repeating. 6 charisma!
Listen, that's more than enough to work with.
Wait, who said that? Was that Anna?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know, but like... basically that's how him being a slightly oblivious, incredibly verbose guy is how I basically explain the fact that he's got 6 charisma.
Aki dense as fuck.
Well, he's got no social knowledge, but yes. And yeah, it's basically it's like and he'll just go like Havelock spent at least a few hours in the relative comfort of my room for the few hours between dawn and now. Which reminds me, and he'll get up and go off and get the milk and a flagon. How big's a flagon? A mug of water for himself.
Hey, you're forgetting Havelock's water too.
And yeah, he'll go back over, set down the milk in front of Havelock and milk in front of himself, and then go. Oh yes, that's right. And let's move the water over to you and the bar.
I just wish to confirm your statement to make sure I didn't hear that incorrectly. You placed a milk down in front of Havelock and Aki.
I placed the milk in front of Havelock and the water in front of where Aki's sitting, and then then he went. Oh yes, that's right, and moved the water towards Havelock. And then he goes back to the bar.
My brain processing did not hear water correctly.
That's fair enough. Okay, and so yeah, he comes back with another thing of water and sits down and starts drinking. Is there a plate of food in front of him?
Yeah.
Okay, he'll start sipping his water and eating his food.
Is there a plate in front of Havelock?
Yep.
Gooching that to kindling.
I prepared the horses and everything so that we can get moving.
Thank you very much, Evelyn. Also, did you have you had a chance to get acquainted with at least one of the games I bought for you?
Not yet. We were just discussing them and teaching Kindling about pets, but we should stop and see Olivia before.
Yes.
Indeed, she did mention that.
Yes, and no one has any other business in this town before we head to the next, yes?
No.
Right. You sure? Havelock, you haven't got to make any, you don't need to make any apologies or anything? Or...
I ain't got shit to say to anyone.
Well, I mean, depending on, after you left here last night, who knows what you got up to?
I mean, I might have broken some window.
Some window?
Some window.
Insight, please. Just to see if Havelock is downplaying the amount of vandalism he. Right.
Go ahead and make an insight check, I guess. Yeesh. Yeesh.
Yeah. So, Havelock, was it genuinely just a window?
Yeah, it was just a window. Because you noticed last session, you probably don't remember it, but he did have bit of glass stuck in the rope that he had on his gloves.
Oh yeah, I remember that now. Okay, so Aki goes, okay, it's like,
All right, if you can, that's how you want to deal with your business.
I'm not paying
Right.
jack shit for a window.
Well, you've just ruined someone's morning. Have a look. How would you like it if you woke up one morning and there was a big, dirty, muddy boot print in the middle of your coat? Would that be a fine way to start the day? Would you be in your best mindset, ready to tackle the world after having to deal with that first thing?
I am very sorry. I have to attend to my mother really quickly.
Oh,
Was
have a
it
look.
just
You're not getting out of this. You'll give me a straight.
Oh my god. Fuck off. Fuck off, Hockey, and I just turn around and I start drinking my fucking milk.
Does anyone else have anything to do?
No.
Not
No.
anything?
I believe Port Embar beckons, doesn't it?
Mev's face sours when she looks at Kindling and the two plates. Right. Then I'm going to go get all of our stuff and throw it in the car.
Let me lend a hand, and he'll go with you.
Yeah, Mev goes to collect people's things and is hauling it out to the stables. Do you do anything, Aki?
I just help carry people's stuff.
Yeah, Mev, the whole time has a pretty deep set frown on her face.
I return.
Welcome back.
Mev and Aki are taking things to the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Aki just sort of, and I'm guessing she's sort of like, very much like a singular mission. Just get this shit in the car, like almost like no looking to the side. Just get this done, and she's like stomping the way as well.
She's not stomping, but she's definitely one-track minded. Like, she just wants to get this gone.
Okay, Aki won't say anything for the moment. He'll just sort of help. He'll just help Mev with the stuff, and sort of, if Mev wants to say something, he'll respond, but he's not going to badger her basically now.
Mev doesn't say anything to you.
Alright. So, spend a couple of minutes getting everything set up in the carts. You pay for the stabling,
Mm-hmm.
which would be... Let me just see, because I got it right here. You've been here about 3 days? 4 days?
About 4 days.
Yep, so that would be 2 gold pieces for the
Alright.
stabling.
Alright. I'll give it.
Okay. And so if that's the case, where do you guys go? Do you guys head to the Arcane Vanguard? Or
Right before that, Mev, right before they leave, is going to go to Zam.
alright.
Because, like, she's paying for everything.
Mhm.
It looks like we're heading out. We're heading to Embar.
Looks like it from here, don't it?
Yep. Thank you for letting us stay here and dealing with our shenanigans.
Ain't as bad as when Camilla was here previously. Well, before you were tagging along with her, so to say.
If you don't mind, could you, if say Mama were to come through here,
Mhm.
you could keep it quiet that I was here?
Sure, I guess.
Thank you. She doesn't exactly know what I'm doing.
A little spat between mother and daughter, I totally get it.
Just I just want to experience this. So if you could keep quiet, I'll talk to her eventually.
Sure. Doesn't normally show up here often anyhow, but sure.
I just figured that there's an increased chance since I kind of popped out. She might be looking, is all.
I'm sure that you'll be fine.
Alright, thank you, then. And I will see you again if I come back through here.
Anytime, and thank you, 'cause you have now got me someone who can do a night shift.
I hope that he's a good, employee for you.
Well, they ain't fucked up yet, so...
Tell Josh that I said goodbye to.
I'll let him know when he wakes up.
Alright. Goodbye, Zamrin. It was nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too, Mevla. Give my regards to Camilla if you spot her first.
Mev nods, and she will head out to the cart. Alright! To Olivia's! She hopped in.
Okay, and yeah, Aki's at the reins and goes
like, so everything's square with Zamran? What was that about?
I just wanted to say thank you for hosting us. That's all.
Actually, I mean, he was an excellent host. Good cat, it was lovely. Very nice, very kind of thing for you to do. Right, Olivia's, yes. I mean, he sort of just, yeah, sort of like,
Yeah!
well, he doesn't go yeah. He sort of like whips the reins to make Crispy go.
No, Mev goes, yeah.
Hi ho, Crispy away. Alright. So, journey is relatively uneventful outside of, some people grumbling that you're walking a horse and cart through some of the more narrower streets instead of down the causeway. But
Too bad.
you're able to get to the Arcane Vanguard. The door is closed, but you can see some lanterns that are lit inside.
I'd like to send Dawes through as a spider, and then when he gets inside, poof him back into his form.
Okay.
Go bugger.
I'll just hop off the driver's side of the car, walk up to the door, and knock on it.
Yep, like a normal person, Mev will follow you.
As you knock on the door, you can see through the window that Olivia is there at the counter. She's just looking down, seemingly writing on something. As she knocks, she looks up and just flicks her fingers, and the door just opens up.
That is so cool. Whenever you do that, that is awesome. Mev walks in.
Perks of being well trained in the arcane arts.
And Aki just silently says to Mev,
You know, I can make any fire star just by looking at it, right?
Then why don't you do that? That would be awesome.
Is there a candle in the Arcane Vanguard?
There's lanterns.
Are they lit?
Yes.
Okay, he just looks to the lantern near to his left and makes it extinguish.
Mev looks at it and looks at you. What are you trying to be impressive? What are you trying to be impressive?
Well, you found opening a door impressive, didn't you?
Yes, but I'm just wondering why you care so much. And Mev elbows you.
The lantern reignites again as I see like Olivia's just like twirl a finger to
That was pretty cool, though. Mev will head to the desk?
the counter.
Front desk? Counter? Yes, thank you.
English is hard.
Olivia, I am very sorry to say, but we are leaving.
I kind of
Yes.
figured. That's partially the reason why I asked you to see me before you left. Tell me, where is it that you're planning to go?
Port Embar.
Port Embar. I had a feeling. Would you be willing to do a small last job for little old me?
Of course. Why wouldn't we?
Anything.
It's nothing too complicated. I just written a letter to my old teacher in regards to what happened here. I figured he would be willing to know based on some theories that I've got. So basically, I would just ask you to deliver the letter. Your choice. I can simply send a messenger bird to him. I just figured.
Is he in Port Embar?
Yes, he is. He spent most of his life there, and that is where he taught me everything I know. So, most certainly.
Well, I don't really see a reason why not. And she looks to Aki.
No, of course not. And besides, surely if he knew how much we aided his one of his pupils, he might be inclined to assist us as well.
Of course. Now, of course, I'm not going to ask you to do this for free, so consider the sending stone that you have to be the payment. Of course, if you'd like the other one, I'm willing to give that, or you can let me keep it so that we can keep in touch.
I think having contact with Olivia would probably be a good thing. Don't you think?
I suppose, yes. It'd be good to have a friend gifted in the arcane arts and in a decently high position.
You are
It
aware,
would
though,
make-
that the spell is incredibly limited.
Yes,
Of
but
course.
if we are around, we can talk to you, right?
Yes.
As much as 25 words can get you in a conversation, I suppose.
Yes,
Then
but
I suppose
quite-
that would be
yes,
good in an emergency.
Indeed, and one can transmit a great deal of information with such a short maximum amount. And
Not him.
Uh,
Not him.
I feel that you're going to regret those words.
We'll try. But we can deliver this letter for you, yes.
Thank you. And the other reason as well was just in case you had any other questions about places or anything.
yeah. Well, I suppose it's worth asking. How well guarded is the road between here and Port Embar?
The roads are... They're not dangerous per se, since we are in the heart of the Republic, but given a lot of the land is still untamed, there could be threats, there could be encounters of those not part of the Republic. No guarantee on if they'll be hostile or kind. There might be a few trails that differ from the normal path.
All right.
Gee.
So, and he sort of like looks down to Mev and back and like around the rest of the group and goes,
So
Gee.
nothing beyond our limits, then you're saying?
Aki.
What?
The thing you got from the druids.
Oh, yes. Yes, quite. And he'll sort of
rifle through his bag and wait, what thing? Wait, you mean the two things he picked up in tow?
Yeah, because Aki
Yeah,
was trying to figure that out, and
yes,
he couldn't.
yes. Sorry. Things have been so hectic. I almost forgot. Would you be able to appraise 2 items for me?
I can certainly give it my best shot.
Okay, and so Aki takes off his bag, starts rifling through it, and pulls out the orb and the 2 pieces of that broken staff he found. He got from Sal's salvage in tow, and goes.
So, at the beginning of our journey together with this merry band, I was able to acquire these 2 items. They seem to be of relative importance, so they shouldn't be left to collect dust in the shelves of a salvager in tow. So, I thought, as someone with more knowledge of the arcane, you'd be able to reveal more information about them.
He's looking for druids.
Yes, I am.
I see. You'd be hard-pressed to find any on the northern side of the continent, I'm afraid. Most of them
Yes, that's
have vanished. Well, not so much vanished, more moved on.
Indeed. I traveled here. I traveled here through a portal that delivered me towards a long abandoned druid circle, and it seemed like it hadn't been. It seemed like I was the first person to tread flat its grass for a decade, if not more.
That doesn't surprise me. Before the Republic, most of the continent was wild and untamed, so the Druids had a lot of space, but with people taking the land to grow the Republic itself, the Druids have moved on to areas where the Republic simply won't touch, which, unfortunately, is more in the southern side of things. It's simply, we're going the way of the Johanian Druidic tribes, and to a lesser extent, Nazas.
Of the Karmora countryside.
But do you know if there's anything particularly magical about these things?
There's definitely a magical feel coming from these items, though the staff is one that both interests me and saddens me. Typically, when a magical artifact is... Magical items are incredibly resilient. So the fact that this is broken raises questions on what broke it. Was it self-done? Was the individual attacked? There's a lot of questions with that one.
So you're saying that it's not quite... You're saying when something like that is not... Something imbued with that much energy is not... An energy as a staff like that is not quite as easy to break as bending it over one's knee.
No, typically when you infuse something with magical powers, it increases its strength significantly. You would need certain powerful magical spells, or you would need to make an enchantment that deliberately breaks it. And unfortunately, that's not something I can check to see what the scenario is. It looks as if someone has, as you say, broken it over their knee. But again, it is magic. It is definitely infused with some druidic magic. I can tell at a glance. Just give me a few minutes to look into this.
And what of the orb?
The orb is... From what I can deduce, it's either a component of something, for something much bigger, or it is the focus point. It seems to involve scrying, in a way, but it's incomplete. I would imagine, if it is from the Druids, that it had a purpose of some sort. Either it was used for...
Should I leave these with you so you can have a look at them in your workshop?
If you wish to hand these off to me, then I will certainly take care of them and look into them best I can.
How long would it take? And let's say, if we kept in touch using that sending stone, could you deliver them back to where we may be?
The sending stone only sends words, not objects. I can.
No. Yes, I misunderstood. Could you tell me if you've done your research and send them back to me with a letter of the details?
I can certainly try that, yes.
Right. How long do you think it would take to properly give all of these all the study and research they deserve?
The orb is probably going to be rather quick. It seems to be in good condition, seems to be intact. It just appears to be missing something. There is something that it's used alongside with that is not here. I can at the very least tell that it is part of divination, so things like the sending stones, or potentially it could be similar to a scrying orb of some sort. I'm not too sure because it's missing that crucial component. The staff! Well, that's difficult. That's two mysteries to solve because it is broken, but the enchantment is still on it. So then the question...
Can you figure out what that charm is?
From what I can tell, it appears to be conjuration, but again, this is just at a glance. I also need to figure out, because at the moment, if I were to give you this, figure out what exactly it does, and hand you it, at the end of the day, you're still holding a broken staff.
Indeed.
So even if I do figure it out, I would have to find a way to repair it. I would have to figure out how it has kept its enchantment together. There's a lot of stuff that I need to figure out on this one. Because typically, when you break a magical item, it's gone. It's dead. But there are some magical items that have an innate magical power within them that stays even when it is broken.
Right. Fascinating. And do you feel like this is something within your knowledge, or perhaps is it something more that your educator over in Port Embar would be more knowledgeable in?
I mean, everything that I know I learnt from him. So, potentially. As for if I could handle it, Aki, sweetie, I'm an archmage. This is sort of what I do.
That's fair enough, yes. Right. So, if I could leave these objects with you, let us know through the sending stone once they've given up their secrets, and then we'll send a message back saying where we are, and you can send a courier or some sort of delivery to send these back to me. Is that okay?
Of course. I don't know how long it'll take, but I will try, and if I can find a means to send it to you quickly, I will certainly look into that.
Capital. Alright. Will I need to pay you for these, or?
No, this is, let's say me figuring out what happened to the staff will be the payment, because I am incredibly curious.
How does Aki look about parting with the staff? I assume that's what we're doing.
Yeah. Aki himself looks... He doesn't look sad at his passing, but because before now he almost sort of assumed the magic had gone and was almost just like a bit of a random piece of wood they kept, because I was like, oh, it's a druid stuff. I need to figure more things out about this. And so he's sort of like going, oh word, is it really that important? That's sort of what he's more looking at it like almost someone was looking at like a fiendish puzzle to solve. Almost in the same kind of way that Olivia is.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Olivia.
Of course. This will definitely keep me busy most nights, which I'm happy about. Right, yes, of course, the letter. She just she sort of like fishes out a sealed letter, and sort of just hands it out to the two of you for either one of you to grab.
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll put that in the thing.
Right, so the individual in question is a gentleman called Ferrant May.
Can you type that in the campaign notes, please?
Okie dokie. Let me just...
I just typed it how it sounded.
There we go.
Thank you.
We're on to me.
Yes, he's well respected within Port Embar, so I can't imagine that you would have trouble finding him. But if you do have a bit of a hard time or you get a bit lost, there is... Where is it that he normally frequents? Totally not me having to reload my town information here because of the fact that I had to reset my cache. You can typically find him in the Cirrus district of Port Embar.
In the what district, sorry?
The Cirrus district.
Do I know where that is?
You would. The Cirrus district is just off the... So like the main road of Embar, the main road being the Keelway. The Cirrus district is typically home of the elite and is where the Premier's palace resides.
Oh. Yeah, Mev looks at Olivia and she's like, oh, the rich place. Oh.
Well, he typically is around the Academy of the Arcane, around there, more than mingling with the rich and successful.
Would I know if it's difficult to get into that place?
You know that there's no like it's not like walled off or anything.
It's not a gated community. It's
No.
not the fucking Gilded Circle.
No, it's not a gated community. Though, if the guards feel that you don't belong there, they will either keep a very close eye on you, or they will just outright escort you back to the Keelway.
All right.
Oh, all right.
And I'm guessing Cirrus is spelled like the cloud, right?
Cirrus.
Thank you. Yeah. Cool.
All right. I know exactly where to go.
Oh, you've... of course, you would be. I recognize the, I recognize that little band anywhere.
Oh, yes.
Mev looks to her little dragonfly band.
I travel around a lot. Not surprising.
Well, I mean, I know that is part of how you seagoers identify yourselves. First one,
Right.
you're the first one I've had dealings with, but I know of it.
Mev smiles.
Then I'm glad that your first experience could be a semi-good one.
I suppose semi-good one's probably the best way. I don't know how you could paint being hit in the side by a bolt as a good thing.
Sometimes that's how you make the best friends.
I mean, she didn't shoot the crossbow.
No, but I accidentally may have blasted her in the face with a firebolt in defense. Sorry about that, by the way.
No, it's fine. Look, Aki healed me all up. I look so good.
Well, I could improve what I could, but limited materials and all that.
Of course. Well, I will not keep you, as I'm sure. If you definitely set off now, you can get to Embar before Foundation Day. Hopefully you enjoy yourself there. It's normally very interesting how the city transforms during Foundation Day.
Really, in what capacity did it come alive? Was there sounds and colours like no one's ever seen before?
Well, yes, practically the entire city, well, the entire Keelway turns into a great big carnival.
We're going to get fucking wasted. Mev looks so grateful.
And I guess I'll be there to make sure you don't cause too many embarrassments.
Oh, please. I'm sure that anyone would love to watch me do anything, okay?
So you think you would be? So you think you'd be able to have a crowd, having an enraptured crowd around you, watching you vomit and collapse into a puddle of your own sputum?
It's not unheard of.
Oh yeah, no, you don't do that. You don't go and watch the drunk like collapse and make a fool of themselves. Come on.
Hmm.
Frankly, I don't really exactly find humor from the suffering and indisposition of others, quite frankly.
Mev grins at him. Then you can take care of me. I'm so glad you volunteered. Come on.
He to be honest, he just smiles back and I guess follows wherever she wants to go.
What is that smile?
I suppose it was just sort of like more of a smile of like a smile of inevitability, almost like a yeah, of course, of course, that's how this is working. Okay.
Bye, Olivia.
Farewell. Enjoy yourselves.
Take care of yourself.
You take care of yourselves. I'm going to be safe in here. You're the ones going out into the wild wilderness.
Good luck deciphering the mysteries, yes?
Oh, I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I'll walk out.
Yeah, Mev will go ahead and head back to the cart. And she leans into Aki. I'm kidding about the trunk thing, by the way. Don't worry.
And there's like and Aki just says,
Don't worry, you have my permission to cut loose if you must.
And she will hop back in the cart. Everyone ready to go?
Hold on, I'm not even in the seat yet. And
he was sort of gingerly walking over to walking around the back of the cart, and then now sort of like picks up the steps a bit more and clambers up into the driver's seat.
When it goes like, well and crispy, we have a bit of a journey ahead of us. Alright, everyone holding on to something. Hello?
Everyone's dead. You went into a cart of
All the
corpses.
people in the party. They died waiting for us.
Marine just gives a thumbs up.
Excellent, so where we go?
And he'll again whip the reins on Crispy, and away we go.
Okay.
You do know the way to the easternmost gate of this place, don't you?
Yes, I know where we're going. I have the map.
Capital. So you'll be acting navigator for this voyage, then?
Yep. And Mev hops next to you.
Wait, I thought you already sat next to me.
She went into the cart. She got in. She didn't actually sit down yet.
Okay, cool. Because I'm guessing she's dexterous enough to be able to just hop straight. Like,
Do you want to tempt fate?
yes, I do actually for this one. This will be funny.
Dex check, sure. Oh,
Okay.
not bad.
Oh yeah, you make it. Yeah,
Why do you always get high dex on the stuff that really doesn't matter? You
I
notice
don't
that,
know.
right?
You want 18? Fucking hell.
I don't know.
Okay, so is there any other place that you want to visit before you start making your way to Embar within Lanarge?
Oh, actually, is there where's Rickety May's place?
Rickety Maze is to the south.
Okay,
I was gonna go like, wait, I won't.
Mm-hmm.
There's one last thing I want to get squared away, and it's purely a personal errand. I'm sorry, everyone. I can, if you tell me where the easternmost gate is, I can meet you there.
Just go to wherever you're going, and then we can leave.
Okay. I just wanted not to make sure I'm dragging the rest of everyone here under duress. All right, fine. I'm going. I just need to do a quick stop to Rickety Maze. I just need to acquire some equipment.
All right.
And they are direct Crispy towards where I presume Rickety May is.
Okay. Oh yeah, you haven't seen Rickety May's place. You've only Kindling and Marine have.
Yeah.
So
I was like, Kindling Marine, you visited this May character. Do you remember where her workshop is?
It is more of a home, to be honest. But we do.
Cottage industry, interesting. All right. Could you guide me, please?
Of course. You're going to need to take a turn right here to the left, and
Okay, and then we just.
I will guide him.
yeah,
Okay, cool.
it's relatively quick and easy. You find as you get to Rickety May's shop that suddenly there's a whole lot of space, which everyone outside of Kindling and Marine, because they're aware of it, can see it's because people are giving Rickety May's house a very wide berth.
Mm-hmm.
But for the three that have never seen Rickety May's, you see almost looks like a country cottage, complete with a tall tree just sort of like overshadowing the entire house, and even a white picket fence and everything like that. It sticks out very weirdly compared to the normal city buildings that are around you.
Hey, the stars. What is this doing here? Good lord. I didn't realize this place would be so conspicuous.
Hmm? Well, go in.
Yes, of course. Just strange. Is this one of the oldest buildings here, and the town was built around it, or has this been transplanted part and parcel? Anyway, right. Time is of the essence, and he'll just sort of, and he'll like, Mevela, hold the reins, will you? And he'll hop out, and he'll clamber off the side of the cart and head towards Rickety Maze.
Okay.
Yemev will loosely take hold of the reins. I'm in charge. There.
So the door to Rickety Maze is open.
Yeah, and I'll just sort of, is it open ajar or is it like fully open?
You sort of try to open the door and it opens.
Okay, I was gonna hello. I've been led to believe a certain May lives here.
Yes, that's right, dear child.
You sort of look over to your left and you find yourself. You sort of occurs to you. This is a cottage. It looks less like a shop and more like a cottage. You can just see sitting on a rocking chair, so creaking slowly forward and backwards is a female with has a large bulbous nose, large bulging eyes. Her skin's a light green tint. You notice that her ears sort of split off at the tips into two at the tip. And she's just sort of looking at you with one of her eyes while the other one's just sort of staring off into space.
Yes, and you're the chief herbalist for Lenarge, aren't you?
Oh, chief herbalist. Nobody said those fancy words. Oh, but I suppose if poor Brandon's gone, then yes, I am I am May, the alchemist of this city.
Chris Gavin Torre, pleased to meet you. Now, do you have a set of herbalist equipment, sort of for something in a case, something that can be used on the road and packed away quite neatly?
I do have some herbalism kits.
Yes, I would like to take one off your hands, if that's all right.
If you're willing to part with 5 gold, Rickety May will give you this herbalism kit.
Okay. She's so creepy. Yeah, Aki is like, looks sort of like visibly sort of a bit freaked out by Ricky May and had this whole situation a little bit, and goes, right. Let me just find my money, and then we'll reach into his bag and pull out. Let's go with. Let's bump it up to 7 gold. Actually, I'm nice.
Oh.
What's 42? What's 42? What's 42 minus 7?
42 minus 7, 35.
There you go. And I gave it. Here you go, and a little bit extra for any maintenance or any roof work or keeping woodworm and rot away.
Oh, thank you indeed, young man. I'll get your herbal. Would you like some tea while I get you some of it?
No, I'm rather in a bit of a hurry today. See, me and my associates are leaving Lanarch today, and this stopping by here was the last list of this morning's itinerary.
Make a persuasion check.
What to persuade her not to give me tea?
She really wants to give you some tea.
Okay.
You see her shoulders sort of like sag a little bit.
Oh, well, I'll get you your herbalism kit.
She just quickly.
Actually, Rickety May. May. Apologies. Perhaps would you like a cup of tea?
I would love some.
And Aki will go, delightful, and he will go into his bag and pull out the tea chest he has, and sort of say make up a batch of tea for May. Get some water. You get some more water. I'll ask. I say you don't happen to have any fresh water, do you?
Oh, I haven't put the leaves in yet. This kettle is still boiling and ready to go.
Right. May I use your water then, please?
Of course. That is
and then
a very lovely collection of tea leaves you've got there.
Yes, thank you. It was my grandfather's pride and joy, and it was one of his wishes when I left home that I would maintain and expand it.
Oh. I'll get your kit while you sort that out.
Thank you. And I will pour. I will using her kettle. I'll put the tea leaves I got out into hers, and then basically make two cups of tea for me and Ricky May.
Okay. It takes about a minute or two, but eventually Ricky May comes back with herbalism kit, and you can see the sort of like a few pouches that she's got as well.
Here, and for your grandfather's work.
Sorry. What did you say? Sorry, I missed that time.
And for your grandfather's work, as she hands you the herbalism kit and a very small pouch.
Oh, you're too kind. And I'll open the pouch.
It appears to be tea leaves of some sort.
Okay. Thank you very much. This is an ordinate kindness. I will add this to the. I will include this in the collection. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
She just takes the teacup and drinks from it. She's sort of like. You notice that she like keeps drinking it, but you do see she occasionally like. You don't know if she's in. Make an insight check, actually.
Okay.
Because she gets this weird, like almost like wincing look on her face, but she keeps drinking it.
He doesn't like my tea.
Interesting.
She seems to keep drinking it.
Everything okay, May?
Yes, everything's perfectly fine. Just, interesting tea that I've never had before.
She seems content with it.
Well, they're all fairly common to uncommon Narzen and Ansorian varieties, but they're hard to get over here. But besides, I've taken up enough of your time, and I have people waiting for me, so I must be away, I'm afraid.
Of course, of course.
Thank you, thank you for everything, and look after yourself and this place.
Take care, young man. Just continues drinking.
Okay, I think. Well, yeah, no, I think. That is my. I think that is my cup I made. Sorry.
Oh, of course. Just hands you the cup back.
Taking
Thank
the
you.
cup from the lady, man.
I've only
So
got one
mean.
set. Leave me alone.
While he's doing this, because I imagine it takes just a little bit longer.
It takes about
Because of,
5-10 minutes, I would say.
The tea.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mev looks to Havelock, and Havelock, you hear in your head, are you going to ignore me the whole time?
Havelock just sort of looks at you and whispers, yeah.
You can reply back to me in your head, you know.
I hate when you do that sometimes. He responds mentally.
Well, I figured, you know, to save us the embarrassment of talking with everyone else around, it would be better. Can we have an actual conversation tonight?
Honestly, I don't want to say anything to you. I'm only being
can't-
civil for the group.
You can't tell me that you want me to talk to you and then refuse to talk to me when I would like to.
Well, if one gets to be hypocritical, the other can too. I don't want to talk with you right now, Mevlair.
I wasn't trying to be hypocritical. I'm allowed to not talk about things.
Yeah, but we shared everything, or I shared things with you. I fucking put trust into you. Then when I'm trying to sit there and I want to try and help you too, you just do that.
I wasn't okay. It was confusing for me.
And if you want to say something, just go ahead and fucking say it.
I want to talk. Actually talk. Not anything in our heads.
Why? The only other one that's gonna hear this shit is Dawes.
They will hear it. Mev gestures to Kindling and Marine. And for the head thing, it's more personal. I don't want to communicate in this way.
Then come later if you want. I'll probably be sleeping in the cart if you guys take tents anyways.
Fine then. Alright. Later.
Can I roll a strength check to see how how tight Dawes gets hugged.
Sure.
Boy gets a 10.
It's pretty average. He just kind of like just sits there, just stewing like, fucking damn it.
Listen here, you little shit. I'll kick you off the cart.
Oh no, please do. I'd love to go back. I'd love to go back home.
Bastard, this is your home now.
Oh,
You're
no.
never getting rid of me.
Also, wouldn't the big guy that she has also be hearing?
Fuck Valkyr. He's an ass.
Around this point, Aki's came back.
Yeah. I think as you start talking to Dawes, Aki sort of you can see Aki sort of walk back through the door and the little white picket fence gate of Rickety Maze, with a sort of a bit of a contented smile on his face, and he just sort of comes back to the car and hops back into the driver's seat.
Congratulations.
Did she eat your toes?
Well, I'm not walking particularly strangely, so I don't think she did without my knowledge. Is she famous for eating toes? She seemed perfectly lovely, if a bit senile.
Some people say that she, like, eats people, but I didn't really think that was true. I just thought it was funny.
I feel like old shut-ins with a life of solitude tend to attract these kind of stories and legends from the locals. I remember there was back home there was a rumor that there was in a glade just outside of where I grew up. There was also a strange old woman who, if you caught eye contact with her, you would have a vision die.
Really?
No, not really. She was from my grandfather had a passing knowledge of her. She suffered from a broken heart. Her husband died very tragically, had a mental break, and couldn't bear living around other people, so took a life of solitude. But you see how these kind of individuals attract a legend to them. Same thing with Rickety. Same thing with May. And she's very good at her craft and seems perfectly lovely.
Well, I'm glad that she didn't eat you then.
No. I don't know how tasty I'd be anyway.
Mev looks him over. I don't know. I hear that humans taste like chicken, but I don't know if other races are different.
So, would half-orc taste like turkey?
Are you half human?
I honestly don't know. I think so. I honestly don't know.
Then be some other kind of bird.
I'm human. It's not. It's only the gods know. Right. We all set?
And cannibals. I'm ready.
No one's palate's that good, my dear. And he'll go right, everyone, off we go. And he'll again yar the reins to get Crispy moving.
Okay. So no other last visits for One Arch?
I'm good. Anyone else?
I think I'm good.
We're good.
Yeah, good.
Okay.
Go. Let's rock and roll to the Eastern Gate.
So, you head to the Eastern Gates. Pretty easy going through the Premier's Causeway, since it connects the main East and West gates together. No walls covering this side. It's mostly just open I say open, it's quite hilly, but there's no real defenses on this side of the city. You get the feeling that with Embar on that side, it isn't really thought of as a necessity. But you set off and begin to make your journey to Port Embar, the capital of Karmora. We're going to take a small break now, because it's around that time.
Whoa!
So we'll take let's go over 10-minute break. So
Yay.
back here at past. Alrighty. So, is everyone back?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone's back. So, let us continue. So, the journey to Port Embar will take you around 4 days, barring anything that potentially delays you.
Mhm.
So, I would like somebody to roll me a d6 for the first day.
I'll do it.
A 3. Okay.
2 better than a 1.
So, with that, Aki, as you're making your way down the road with a horse, you spot something. Druidic markings. As you sort of like stop to observe them, you see it's not so much like directions per se, but it seems to be indication of means of travel, of shortcuts of sorts. It's almost like its own set of signs.
So it's not something written in Druidic, it's more like signs and symbols.
Yeah, but you can translate them to essentially it appears to be an old Druidic trail, which helps cut off about half a day of travel.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go back to the group and I say like, sorry for stopping. I found something that might be something of use. You remember Olivia talking about druids passing through on their way south? Well, they seem to have. One of them seemed to have left some markings. It's a language not. It's in a language and a script not quite known outside of druidic circles, but they seem to indicate a trail, something off the beaten track that might be a shortcut. I say we hedge our bets and take it. What say you?
Alright. I think, a shortcut is a shortcut.
Alright. Okay, this might get a tad bumpy, so I apologize in advance, and I will direct Crispy in the cart towards where the druidic glyphs are indicating.
Okay. So you begin heading down the trail. You realize it's essentially an animal trail. That wild animals clearly frequently go through. Following the trail, it does get a little bit on the bumpy side, not to the point where it's unbearable, but it's certainly not as smooth as it is on the roads. But you are able to shave off half a day's worth of travel simply by following this track.
Yay.
Thank you, druids. Okay.
When would you say we were to set up camp? How far in our journey would that be?
So I would say that you guys would have set off around midday. So probably by the evening. So I guess in comparison to the 4 days of travel that you need to take, how long into that?
Yeah.
With the half day that you've shaved off with the Druid Trail, it would be the equivalent of a full day's travel.
Okay, awesome.
Because you
That's
traveled
great.
for half a day and it shaved off another half a day.
Okay,
Nice.
awesome.
Alright, then. Because I had stuff that I wanted to do with Havelock, I guess. Where do we set up camp? Like, what's the terrain look like?
It's very hilly.
Very hilly.
There's a few trees here and there, but it is mostly just like long rolling hills.
It's starting to get dark. Do you want to find a place to set up?
Yes, we should. Somewhere with good sight lines would be best. Not too far away from the road, but all right. Let's find a good spot.
It's easy enough to find a spot. You find sort of like a cluster of trees that are partway up the hill.
Okay.
Probably suitable enough cover. It's suitable enough cover,
Yeah.
and even though it's partially up the hill, it's like the angle of it isn't so steep that you'd potentially roll out and down the hill potentially.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll bring the cart up to that hill with the trees on it.
Yeah, and then like stretches out and hops off the cart.
Yeah. Aki sort of hops off, holding his bruised ass from the journey, and then sort of like shakes his legs back into life and hops off, and then goes like, right, should we assign some roles? I need to get some. I'll get some firewood. He wants to set out camp.
I can do that. I can set up the tents.
All right, best of you. What are you fancying?
Well, I'm just sleeping in the cart, so it doesn't really matter much to me what you assign me.
Aki, you hear in your head cooking.
And I think back.
Yes, what about it?
Havelock likes to cook.
And I'll think back.
Oh, right. Does he now? All right, so bring it up to the dear boy.
And I'll go over to Havelock and go,
my friend, I suspect you may be serving, you may be able to serve a higher purpose than just lounging in the back of the cart. Come on. On your feet, good man. Come on.
and he sort of grabs one of your arms to pick you up.
Havelock groans and kind of like ragdolls. Why?
Because here in the wilds, we must all we play our part and pull with our collective strength. Besides, frankly, I think you're the one I trust most around a cooking stone.
You're trusting me to cook?
Well, yes. I mean, I burn most things I make. I can't say the same thing about. I'm not sure about Mervelin. I've never heard anything about Warforged or Tabaxi being especially fine and skilled in the culinary art. So perhaps yes, you could make dinner for us.
Alright, but I want kindling to help.
Of course, if you require a sous chef, it must be quite the meal you have planned.
Havelock just gives you a big, kind of intimidating smile. Sure.
What's an intimidation smile look like?
It's the kind that when you see it, you feel a shiver run down your back, and not the good kind.
Oh, like one that more of like a smile of dread, basically.
Yes.
Okay, and Akriskus goes.
All right, just.
Yeah, that's why I was thinking that kindling.
And I'll go.
All right, Okay, well, I guess. I guess you're in charge then.
And I'll walk off, and on my way out, I'll quickly grab kindling and just say to him,
you and Havelock are on cooking duty. Your job to make sure what you two cook is actually edible and decent, okay?
I see. Don't trust your boyfriend.
I don't doubt you, I doubt Havelock. I've seen... He's a good cook, but his ingredients are experimental, to say the least. Edible by decent folk, you know. Some sort of, a soup, a cassoulet, something with beef or pork, or using some of our rations, not char grilled goblin bits or pureed beetle or something like that. Decent proper food. See, proper food. Don't let me down, Kindling. And he'll head off towards the trees. He'll go and gather some firewood. But the specific way he's doing it is he'll sort of Oh no, he hasn't actually got. Actually, he'll go like, what do you think? Hold on. He'll go back to Havelock and go. Oh, sorry to interrupt you two in such a formative stage, but Havelock, I couldn't borrow that axe of yours, could I?
Why do you want Lucius?
You've named your axe?
Of course I did. It's important.
What happens if you lose it? Or him?
Well, then we just get another Lucius.
Right, but what happens if that axe's name isn't Lucius? Have you ever asked your axe what his name is?
Of course I have, that's why its name is Lucius. That's the name that it told me.
But if you ask the next axe, what's the chances its name won't be Lucius?
Quite high. Axes are very easy to intimidate.
Even though they're so sharp?
Conversation.
Anyway, he'll sort of like realize what he's talking about, sort of pull a face and like shake his head and go like, anyway, I needed to help collect the firewood, chop down branches and twigs and make some of the logs into bigger pieces, into smaller pieces, use an axe for its prescribed function.
Alright, Havelock's gonna move in closer to Aki, whispering in his ear on one condition.
Name your price.
Turn into a bear and get us some fish.
I don't need to be a bear to get fish. I've got a rod.
Oh, honey, I know you got a rod, but bears got claws and instincts.
But
Yes, Kindling, I know, but we need to get things ready. He's already going out into the forest.
Fine, I'll get some fish.
Thanks, sweetheart. I'm gonna slap him on his little left cheek, give him a kiss on the right, and hand him the axe.
He just looks at you very strangely. Just goes,
I'll get this back to you in one piece, don't worry.
And he'll turn, like, keeping this odd look on his face, just turn around and head off towards the forest.
Because he's got such a fucking high passive perception roll, as he's walking away, he just hears Havelock kind of whispering to Kindling, alright, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna spice the shit out of this food. I want it to melt tongues, okay?
You hear You might hear it, but you just hear Aki just do like an exasperated sigh as he walks away.
Dragonborn.
And he will think, and he will think, and he will think just to himself and with a chant. Probably not like he might not know like the nature of it, but like in case Mev is somehow listening, he just thinks to himself, "Well, I did what she asked." As I walk to the forest, as I walk into the forest. But yeah, but there's no way of me transmitting my thoughts into your mind, so you don't hear that.
Actually, there's mind link. We're connected for an hour.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that was a thing. So I just think
If that's like the first thing in the front of your mind, yeah.
I do just sort of think to myself, well, I did as she asked.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
just hear.
we'll all have to reap the consequences.
You just hear. Thank you.
You see Aki almost sort of like just sort of stumble and double back and just shockingly and like just like I didn't know you could hear me.
Yeah, I can hear everything that floats around in your head that's in like the front of it. When I do this, I stay connected to people until they either break the distance or I move to someone else. Or I just run out of energy. It's kind of
Interesting.
an unconscious thing.
All right, good to know. And as he's walking towards the forest, Aki will just picture strongly in his mind's words, like letters that spell out "Your hair looks nice today."
That's really cute. That's so cute.
Basically, of like, and then he'll sort of, and then he will say in his head, "Did you get that?"
I did. I got it. Thank you.
It's all right, just testing. And he'll walk, and he'll keep walking.
That was fucking cute. That's adorable.
Yeah. So he'll go to the woods. He'll basically gather firewood by like snapping off branches or like chopping up some of a tree that might have fallen and that kind of thing. And then he sort of comes back with a bundle of sticks and a few like decently sized chunks of log for the fire.
What's kindling doing in this time? If like you're done, Ed, of course.
Well, I was going to say he just piles it, and then he goes like the way you guys are setting up camp, piles it into the middle of it and into the shape of a campfire, and it says, "Right, when night falls, I'll set it alight." And then he'll go like, "Oh, good lord!" And then he'll go like, and then he'll head back up, grab his fishing rod from the back of the cart, and then go and try to see if he can find some fish. Continue. Yeah. Back to everybody else. I feel like I'm hogging it.
Oh, what's Marine doing then? Hasn't said a whole lot.
Marine's literally just looking at his amulet in thought for once.
Does he look concerned? I'm not sure if I can read a Warforge's face.
Make an insight check.
I'm decent at that.
Even though it's hard to tell because the face is mostly sculpted, there does seem to be a ping of concern and contemplation about something. You can't quite tell exactly what's on his mind, though.
Okay. Mev will, set up the tents and everything and look at Marine. She gets this look on her face. And I actually don't know if she can do this. She's going to try and mind link with Marine.
Mind
Can
link for the
she
Warforged?
technically do that?
Technically, it's anyone with a brain, and with how Warforges are, technically the core is their brain?
Oh, wait. Okay, what? How does that work then?
It works the same way as if you were connecting to someone that's biological.
You just hear dial-up noises every now and then.
Fucking. There's no, like, surge of fucking information
No,
or anything.
no. Even
Okay.
though the core is both the heart and brain of a Warforged, like it simulates basically where the particular important organs are.
Yeah.
Which is
That
why,
makes sense.
yeah. So it's like, essentially, it's a power source where everything else goes. It's but essentially, it's, as I say, it's where my brain's dying on me. Give me a second. Basically, it's the center of everything, but it still, like, connects to everything. Warforged are designed so that they essentially have, like, parts of it that the core would simulate. So, like, it's got, not like cables, per se, but the equivalent of
Okay.
that, where the power can go through in order to make everything work.
Okay. Yeah,
It's very difficult and complicated to explain.
Mev
Circuits.
looks at Marine and she starts to connect and she just winces for a moment, holding her head. Oh dear. Can you hear me?
Marine will immediately look up. Mevalair?
Yes, you have
Did
a
you-
lot of heart. Am I coming through okay? Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, I can. However, how did you get within my head space?
Are we in your head? I don't know if we're in your head. I
You
usually don't experience heads like this.
you sort of, like, it's almost like you can sort of, like, feel the connection of where, like, your mind linking is going to, and, like, it sort of,
Yeah.
like, initially, like, goes to the head, then it switches to where the core is, and core. It's sort of like, it's almost like the
Oh,
mind.
that's
It's almost
cool.
it's almost like the mind link itself is a bit confused, and then it just sort of, like, stays where the head is, and it just kind of, like, settles, where it's kind of like even your mind link thing is confused, but it's like, you know what, this is working, so whatever, I'll take it.
It's a thing that I have. I can connect with other people's brains, but you don't have a brain.
Not technically, but kind of. It's very strange and technical to explain.
I wasn't sure if I could, so I thought, I may as well try.
Mev shakes her head and you can actually feel the link sever. And she goes to you.
I don't think I'm going to do that again unless I have to. That was a lot of back and forth. I feel kind of motion sick.
That is very understandable, to be honest.
I am sorry. I just you looked upset.
Part of me was just contemplating how to do something.
How to do what?
Remember how I left off that in our conversation before that many Warforged can obtain sentience, and that mine was a different way?
Yes.
It's related to that. And we have been traveling a decent amount of time together, so I feel it's almost time that I fully explain things to the entire group.
Almost time?
Indeed, because I am hesitant, as many of you would say, that such information might cause issues with others.
Well, if you aren't ready to tell the whole group, why don't you just go one at a time? Whoever you feel most comfortable with first, and then see their reaction, engage that, and then, go to the next person. Go slow. You don't
Of
have to
course.
force yourself.
Of course. That does seem more logical. Why did I not contemplate that before?
And it's probably because your weird brain thinks too much. So you just have to look for the easiest solution.
Perhaps. Marine will then start to stand up.
Are you going somewhere?
Perhaps. Do you wish to come along and listen?
Mev looks at you and then looks to the rest of the group. What are they doing?
Well, based on the chat there, Kinling
Yeah.
and Havelock are discussing their various means of cooking. Apparently, Aki is still fishing.
I'm still fishing. I'm not in the camp. I'm fishing.
Go on fishing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah?
So I'm just writing notes.
Okay. I think we have a little time. How long do you think we'll be gone?
It'll probably just be a short amount of time. Not too long.
Alright. Let's go.
Marine will nod and just start to walk with her.
Yep, Mev will follow.
Mm-hmm. After walking a little bit, Marine will look to the amulet again, and then begin to speak. As I have said before, my original programming was underwater exploration.
I'm gonna go get a haircut and get back with you. Want a burrito?
Steak and tacos.
Okay.
Yes, and then Marine got a haircut and tacos.
Yeah.
My dad, everyone.
I love that. I could fucking kill for some tacos now. My goodness.
But yes, during one of my explorations, I did uncover something. It was like an ancient tomb buried deep underwater. Within that tomb is how I gained my sentience. It was granted by a denizen of it that was stuck there for who knows how long now. Lady Latana, do you wish to make your presence known to her? You will look to the amulet.
How to make this work? How do I make this work? Mev,
Uh-huh.
you hear Valkyr speak to you, I feel something in that amulet.
Like what?
I don't know. When I try to speak through to it, I get silence. But there's something there, because I could connect to it.
Mev looks at the it's an amulet, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Blue.
Sorry, I felt it.
This.
Do you mind if I touch that?
Marine will give a small nod and allow her to touch it.
Marie, Mevalaire will put her hand on it
Mm-hmm.
and try to link.
So your mind link doesn't so much connect with the amulet. You sort of, if you think of, even though you can't see because they're like sense, it's almost like a tendril that connects from your mind to another. And you sort of like feel like the tendril like touch the surface of the amulet before it gets pulled into it. You don't feel any form of discomfort really until you you start to hear an echo through your head.
Oh no.
Well now, you're an interesting one, aren't you?
Are you who Marine is speaking about?
In the flesh, well, as close as I can through this primitive way of talking, I suppose.
I am Mevalaire.
So I've heard.
What is this? What are you?
Many questions, some answers which I'm not too sure if you're ready for yet. Where to begin? Well, a prisoner is one thing I could say. Even away from my cell, I still reside in a prison, per se. But I suppose you could also say I'm a friend of yours, and him, and everyone else in your group, given that the things that Marine has been able to done is purely by my design.
You gave Marine sentience.
Sentience is an interesting thing. But yes, I suppose that is the correct thing. Sentience, obedience, desire, requirements, whatever you want to call it.
Mev's brow furrows. And though she doesn't mean for this to come out, since they are linked, what is her name? Lutana?
Mm-hmm.
Lutana hears, then you can also take it away.
In a
That's
matter,
one of the first things that occurs to her.
potentially, if I were not in this prison, then maybe I could take it away with sufficient use of my powers, but unfortunately, as a prisoner, I find myself rather limited in that. But I have no reason to take away sentience. After all, what use is a brainless creature to me?
What do you want, then?
I simply wish to return home. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less.
Do I believe her that it's just home?
Make an insight check.
Oh, fuck me.
This, whatever it is that's speaking to you, is talking in a way that it's almost uncomfortable. It's almost like her voice is echoing throughout your head, so you find it difficult to concentrate on if she's telling the truth or not.
Mm-hmm. Where is your home?
Far away from here. Far, far, far away from here. A place which no ship can take me. No, 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 no. I'd require finesse, something more unique, so to speak.
And you're employing Marine for this, and you... Are you the one telling him that it's time for us?
No, no, we have a very, shall we say, hands-off relationship, so to speak, hands-off agreement. I simply bestow upon him some of my immeasurable power. In return, he works on finding a way to bring me back home. Should I have felt you as a threat, I would have simply kept quiet after he had started talking about me, but you're interesting. Your entire group is interesting.
Interesting. How? We're weird?
Well, I don't consider what you're able to do right now with me as normal. That's a start. You have a automaton here that, again, at least from where I'm from, isn't normal. The tall, lanky one, Havelock, I believe. I get an interesting feel from him. That's not normal. The most normal ones among you is the half-orc. And even then, he's weird. He can transform into things.
I guess you're right. That is pretty strange.
But you're also powerful, and that is useful for me.
She looks to Marine. Just kind of just a question mark of an expression.
Green slightly tilts his head a bit at that.
Yeah, you haven't been hearing this conversation at all, Marine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want us to help Marine then?
I mean, I feel that you're already doing such things. Considering he's still alive, despite what you've all been through already, I feel that what you're doing is a benefit.
What will happen to Marine when you go home?
Well, that's something that needs to be decided when I'm actually there.
I see. I have no more questions for now. I think this is I need to think.
Of course, and maybe later I'll invite you proper into my brand new prison cell.
Perhaps then we can speak face to face.
Possibly. You and the rest of your team. The rest of your group.
We will see. I cannot predict how they will react.
Well, that will be interesting for everyone. Ta-ta, darling. And you just feel the connection instantly sever by itself.
Oh, Mev just holds her head as the connection severs. Oh,
Are you alright?
God.
That was... I spoke to Dutana? That is what you called her?
Yes, that is the name she has given me.
She is very... I can feel it. She's very powerful.
Indeed, but repressed.
You... Why did you want to show me this, Marine? Why do you want to show us?
Because I have faith in you all, along with, though I may not fully know Lady Latana's intentions, I had faith in her as well. I wish to not hide these things from anyone.
This is a lot for me to process. I mean, I don't even... I don't think I fully understand even what she is. This isn't a bad thing, but I'm not quite sure what to think yet. Is that okay?
It is completely understandable. It is definitely a lot of information to process.
Thank you, though, for sharing this with me, and I am glad you are able to trust me so much. I'm just very confused right now, you know?
I understand.
Was there anything else?
We did need to finish with training you to make repairs, correct?
That's right. We need to continue.
Indeed, do. And part of that would be, as embarrassing as it is to say, swapping components, such as when I incorporate new armor and must doff parts of my chassis and body.
So you're going to get naked.
I would... Yes, whenever I must change out parts, I must get naked, as you all say.
Okay. If you want to strip and have me put your clothes back on. Mev just gives him her mischievous grin.
I suppose it's best to start small. We'll just start with one of my arms for now.
Okay. Then that is an intelligence check.
I mean, it's still, like I said, it's still just part of the countdown.
Yeah, I have the countdown right here. After I
Yeah.
do this, I have 6 more sessions.
6 more days, and then you get Professional Tinkerer's tools.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, eventually, I assume that they come back to eat. and everything.
Yeah. Aki comes back with. He takes longer than takes longer than expected, and he comes back with the fish you need, but soaking wet. He goes, there you go. There you go. 3. There you go. A bunch. Should be enough fish there for all of us to have a good meal. He lays it down to kindling and hemlock.
Oh dear, you got wet.
Yes, and here's your darling Lucius back. And I'll
Put the axe down by him.
just go like, just for the record, I tried. I gave it a go. I couldn't catch a bloody thing. So I transformed back and used a rod like a civilized human being.
You jumped in the water?
Well, I think I from what I read about, I know that some fish like swim upstream, to try to like in pairs, like to stand there and like try to grab them with their claws and their jaws. And I tried that, fell in a few times. Said nope, that's not enough of that, and then just sat on the riverbank and used my rod in a conventional manner and got them.
So silly. And Mev will go to sit down.
Yes, Aki will get like his sleeping bag, and like have all the sleeping bags and stuff been taken out as well.
Yeah, they're all in their little tents.
Okay, cool. I guess he would just sort of sit sort of cross-legged on his pack, on his sleeping mat, while Havelock and Kindling get dinner ready and just sort of read one of his books. Like a fucking nerd.
Shark, do you want your fish?
Like the outside is charred, but the inside is not.
How charred do you want your fish? As charred as I like my coffee.
Yeah, just little bit for flavor.
Mev stretches and she lays in the grass.
You gonna touch that grass?
I mean, I'm laying on it. Is that not touching?
Okay, fair enough. What does that mean when he tells them to touch grass?
To go outside.
You're chronically online. You need to go see some fucking sunlight, touch some grass, stop being a goddamn, what is it?
Hermit.
Neat?
Neat, yeah.
Hermit?
Yeah.
Well, a neat is not in employment, education, or something.
Been a while since I've heard the common terms.
Or training, that was
So how good is the food? Huh?
Since there's 2 of us, separate roles or advantage?
I would say, depends. Like, is Kindling cooking his own part of it?
It would just be like performance, right? Or survival?
We'll say survival.
Okay. Kindling's gonna make it look pretty.
Okay, so technically that means that you're sort of, because I mean, with sous chefs, they're just doing separate parts. So we'll say separate roles. Survival checks.
I didn't realize cooking was survival.
Havelock wants to impress boyfriend.
Oh, holy shit.
Jeez. Okay, considering that you are essentially cooking over a campfire, it is surprisingly well done.
I'm gonna show that fucking hoity-toity piece of shit man that I can cook good food too.
I can be a house husband.
So, what is it then, Havelock and Kindling, that you have cooked for everybody?
I pretty much believe we were trying to do fish and like a wild type salad.
Ooh.
Whatever greens we can get that's not gonna poison someone.
Make a nature check.
Since I can't... Oh god. Oh god, nature,
Hey,
where
listen,
are
that
you?
survival was pretty good, so hopefully. Okay, not
Okay.
horrible.
Not the worst.
All right. Well, the nature just is just based on like if you're able to pick up stuff that doesn't poison you or would give you a bad
Listen,
trip.
we love some dandelions.
As long as if you put in steam, as long as you put in a dock leaf, you'll be fine.
All right, some fucking good food.
Finally,
Holy
some good
shit.
fucking food.
Yeah.
Hey, Gordon Ramsay.
Yep. Mav's gonna take her plate and just fucking devour it.
Yeah,
It's
Aki will.
it's tasty. Like it's very tasty.
Aki will have a sort of a look at it and go,
Yeah, so, have a look. Describe the dish.
Describe.
Well,
Mav's like, what?
I just kind of grabbed handfuls of the spices that I got, and Havelock's gonna take all of the spices out of the bag. Whatever smelled good, we kind of just threw on there. Mine caught on
Alright.
fire just for a tiny bit, but it looks good.
So it's spicy fish with a natural, sort of a natural green salad.
Yeah. I don't know what the greens are. I'm not a nature person. The most salads I'm used to is seaweed.
as a nature person, can I tell what salads are in the salad?
Make a nature check. Though don't expect the DM to know his
I know, but I'm just thinking, like, pretty sure most of this is, like, tree leaves. Fuck!
it is covered.
Oh, I'm a druid!
It's covered in like a lot of, like stuff looks different when it's cooked sometimes. So
That's fair.
it makes it a bit
It's skewed as
difficult. You actually wait, no, I was about to say one. I'm just there like, wait, isn't that poisonous? I'm just there like, oh, there's some wild cress, and I'm just there like, wait, is that? Or am I thinking something different?
Is wild cress poisonous?
Tom just having a panic attack. Am I going to accidentally kill them?
It's okay, wait, no, I'm confused. I think
No, wild cress is fine, I think.
yes, you can.
Wild watercress, yeah, it's fine. I was like,
Seems okay.
and I'll sort of take like a handful of the salad, crumble off some of the fish and lay it in it, and take a bite of that handful, and I will go.
That's genuinely very good.
Havelock just kind of lights up at that, a big ol' smile. Thanks.
The sort of you get a bit of the earthy, herby sweetness from the salad, and a bit of and then it cuts through that sort of the charred taste of the fish, and then a good punch of spice at the end. It's damn good, actually, given the circumstances.
That's really long-winded to say it's fucking delicious.
Well, I mean, how much can you learn from just saying it's fucking delicious? In what way is it fucking delicious? In
It's
what
fucking
way?
delicious, and she shoves leaves in your mouth.
Actual leaves, or just like from the plate?
From the plate.
Yeah. If you want to feed each other as a cute little friendship building exercise, just let me know.
No,
keep
I
me
want you
privy
to
to that
hush up and
information.
eat your food.
You doesn't have to
Yes.
hush up. It's nice to hear someone actually praise you. But anyways, Kindling, I think we're going to be cooking from now on. Yeah?
I think so. You did a bang up job.
Does his voice crack? Is he nervous about the responsibility?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, well, yeah. Nice.
Sure.
A bit more confidence could be done with kindling your good hand,
And I will go with my plate and sit back on my cross-legged back on my Oh, and but on the way past, I will grab the handful of salad from Mev's plate and put it on my own as I walk past.
Rude.
Well, what you do can sometimes swing back to you as I walk past.
Mev's gonna eat her food. Does anyone else have anything?
And I guess I hear that, and I just sort of shout from across the way, "Sterling impression, dear girl!" And I sit down.
Does anyone else have anything to do before we start watches?
No?
No.
No?
Nope.
Okay. If that's the case, I imagine as things go down for the night, everyone's kind of tucking in, and Marine and Aki would be up first.
Yeah,
I'm
go on then.
pretty sure.
Yeah, go on.
Right, then, if that's the case... Havelock's in the cart, right?
Yeah.
Yeah?
No, that's good. Like when Havelock grabs his stuff and goes to the cart. I guess can I go? Like, can I say like, I'm sure it's more comfy on the soft grass, Havelock.
No. Grass tickles. Wood's at least consistent texture. And there's no bugs.
All right, suit yourself. And yeah, I'll go and get ready for the first watch.
Alright, then... As everyone's starting to get settled in, Mev... Can I just, like... How to unequip things? Yeah, okay, there we go.
Yeah,
That you're wearing, it's like a little check mark.
Yeah. I was gonna try to be, at the very least, like a little bit sneaky going over there. 10.
Passive perception for Havelock, unless he's actively
It's
listening.
a 13.
She's not trying to be sneaky from Havelock, she's trying to be sneaky from the others.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it's Aki.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like...
He knows what you're doing, but he pays you no mind.
Aki knows all.
She's just trying to be quiet. Alright. Neville will head over there then. She looks in the cart. What are you doing?
I'm getting Dawes dressed up for bed. He has a little night-shirt and a night hat.
Grumbling the entire time after you dress him up.
Hey, hello.
Havelock's smile. Instant frown. Yeah.
Well, you said we could talk now, right?
Dawes, man.
Yeah.
You know the drill. Go sleep. Or you can go run around for a while if you want. Just don't get grass stains.
I'm gonna... He just flies up into one of the trees. And so, like, almost like hunkers down like an owl about to sleep. And just...
Mev hops in the cart and will just sit in one of the seats.
So what do you want to talk about?
Well, first I'd like to ask if I can prompt to go to the secrets channel.
Oh, you join this conversation? Yeah.
I would like this conversation to be private.
Okay. I take
Spooky.
it. Do you want me to join or in that or no?
That is up to you. Like, obviously you're the DM, so whatever you would like to do.
I will probably join in just for the whole listening in, just in case of anything I need to be aware of. But yeah, everyone else, talk among yourselves.
Hi there.
Now, we can't have this in the recording, so they don't get to see it.
Your ass is arson on the grass, you man. Take down to the pig. You think you're better than me? It's on like 1, 2, 3.
Hmm.
Okay, so guess if that's the case, who is the people that are doing the free watches?
So it'll
Wouldn't
be
it be
summon a
two
marine,
watches?
summon a marine, and summon a marine.
I usually take middle watch.
Mm.
Okay, make your perception
Okay,
checks.
so do I? All right,
Hmm.
I guess this is my area.
Do it with advantage.
All right.
I return. What did I miss?
Nothing much.
Aki tried to go and talk to Mev, and she told him to go away.
Bleh. This is our time.
I didn't even want to talk to her. I just wanted to heal that fucking bruise. But okay.
Okay, and the other two people, do your perceptions.
Yep, we're doing watches right now. Not bad.
Technically, don't we only have to do 2 double people stuff, and then we got...
A singular one, technically, yeah.
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 Yeah, because
I
there is one watch where Marine wouldn't be able to help simply because Marine still needs to be sort of like in rest mode.
Sleep mode.
Yeah.
He can sit out the middle watch. He can watch the sunrise. I'm sure he would like that.
Okay. Thankfully,
Gotcha.
for all of you, you get nothing that interrupts you for your night of rest.
Yay!
And so,
Or it seems.
Dawes got a good night's sleep.
yeah, he just stayed cooped up in the tree all night.
Aww.
But you finish your long rest, and you wake up for the beginning of your next day of travel to Port Embar. That's what we're going to call it for this session.
Oh.
Just a small heads up for those that didn't hear me mention it. Possibly not going to be a session next week, just because I'm sort of hitting a writer's block, but that also might be because work's ran me ragged this week, so my brain might not be working properly. I'll say whether or not it is by Tuesday or Wednesday, but assume there isn't one next week for now.
No problem.
But yeah, you guys are beginning a journey to Port Embar.
What the fuck happened?
You're kidding.
Are you sure?
Like, the second the attacks were going, I was just like, you know what, I'm going to pretend that something bad happened.
Well, technically, we fought each other.
Yeah, but I was pretending like, oh, they died. No, they didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we
died emotionally. It still counts.
I just gave myself crap on my foot because I just got
Yeah,
my head
no,
on.
Mev and Havelock got into a minor fist fight.
Yep.
We scuffled. They're dating now.
In the back of a cart.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
That must've been
Listen, Mev's
quite
really
funny.
tiny and Havelock's really flexible. They're good.
I was just imagine just like sort of just random kicking and jabbing of like like when kids fight in a weird way. Just in like a confined space, you can't do much. I was like,
Seatbelts in the car.
pretty much.
I
Okay.
feel myself cramping my foot because I've been using the pedal on since like halfway through the first half.
Oh,
I'm really starting to feel Aki's basically becoming.
Nice. Good
I'm really
job.
what?
Oh, he's just been pedaling the whole time.
Yeah.
What were you talking about?
No, nothing. I feel like Aki's becoming like that one blonde girl from Mean Girls in the speech at the end. And she's like, I
know what you're
just want
talking
everyone to hold hands and be happy, and no one to
He
fight.
doesn't even go here.
Where do we go here? Like no. From
I am
Mother.
surprised that Aki wasn't angrier.
Why?
Because Mev came out with a big old bruise forming on her face. and Havelock was like, yeah, I'm gonna go bother her more.
I was more annoyed at Havelock. He's more annoyed at Havelock than he is at the fact of like Mev got a bruise. He's annoyed and frankly disappointed in Havelock that he's.
I'm not.
he can't be
I'm
disappointed. Havelock got hit first.
That is not
He
true. You
doesn't
grappled me
know.
first.
He doesn't know
Yeah,
that.
you know what I was gonna do? I was just gonna be like, okay, Meveler, you don't get to stay in the tent now. You're stuck here with me tonight. I want hugs. I want cuddles. You are friend. That's it. I was not gonna attack you.
So there was
Havelock
a role
doesn't attack her
reversal.
first.
What was the role reversal? What the hell?
No comment.
Okay.
You'll
Anyway,
have to wait for the VOD to come out.
we have to wait for the VOD. Yeah.
If you just.
But Aki is. He is disappointed he came to blows, but he kind of knows that like this sort of emotional family strife can be like a process, and there's always like a feeling out period and a bit of a where emotions run high and then it cools down and reconciliation is supposed to happen. So he's not like gonna say like I hate all of you and have like a big like intervention style thing of like don't come to blows. You should have conducted this in civilized debate. He's not that
Basically,
much
what he was telling Havelock that morning, though.
I mean, he did say settle it like adults more than.
Okay, we're pirates.
This is how adults act. You
Well,
fight,
exactly.
you kiss,
He
you
was
make
more-
up.
He was more saying like with set like adults. He was more saying like, don't act like petulant children about this. Basically, don't be all moody and say Aki, tell Havelock I'm not interested. That kind of thing. So
Look
it's
at
like
all the drawings I made today.
What'd you make? Oh wait, you've been drawing on the background?
Yeah.
And then there was also the crazy part about Mev talking to the lady in the necklace.
Yeah, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Literally,
Yeah.
the only reason that was able to happen was literally because Mev has that ability. If it was anyone else, it literally would not have done anything.
nice. Should we run through favorite bits?
I mean, if you want to, I'm not doing it all the time now because it gets a bit tedious, but it's down to you
Okay.
guys if you want to do that. I mean, we had that yesterday.
Natural 20 fish.
That was true.
Your
That was
favorite
awesome.
moment?
Yeah.
That was a good moment. To be
Yeah,
fair.
I guess if you want to
Listen.
say your favorite moment, you can for this bit,
I can't say it until they see the VOD.
which will be a
But you know.
while because I'm only doing one a week.
Yeah.
But you know,
Mm.
Peach.
Yeah.
And Tom.
Yeah.
Dirt Child went BRB,
hmm
so that would be Dom if we're doing this.
If you want to do this.
Honestly, I just liked how Platana came off as really creepy.
Yeah, very creepy.
Yeah.
I was like, man, huh? You're gonna like eat me?
Yeah, normally when you think Marid, you think noble, elegant. But no, this one's just... This is basically the gremlin of the Marids, essentially. At least that's what I'm thinking now.
What are Marids?
They're
don't need to
like
know.
water. Okay.
Fucking rude. Alright.
I'm just
Let's not
kidding.
spoil it so we don't have another Revenant moment.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Oh, yeah.
That's a,
I mean,
That-
he's the one that blatantly called them Marids. If you had any knowledge whatsoever, you'd know exactly what those are.
I
No,
do
I
not,
don't.
and I do not want it explained like a Revenant moment again. I would like to have a name, and that is all. So I'm
Yeah,
not
Alright.
fucking looking it up.
I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Basically, just that she's got this name and she's a weird, evil water monster deity spirit thing.
she's something.
She's something.
But also, Peach
Something.
thought she was gonna eat me. Gay.
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 Alright, Ed. You're the one that suggested this.
Oh god, you're right, I did. Let's go. I really liked pretty much all the interactions that happened. Like when we first set up camp was good. Mev and Aki's shopping trip was fun. Aki finally meeting someone who's like also as much as like entity as he is. That was cute. Kitty May, and like a little thing I did put in was like he went out of his way to just call her May, not Rickety May.
Yeah.
Which I thought this is because he's a nice man and
Their
wouldn't use a mean
child
name
is-
against someone.
Back.
Also, obligatory, really cute Mev and Aki bit of Aki thinking of a compliment to test out the mind link.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dirt Child, we're doing like favorite moment. If you would like to.
Yeah.
Really hungry. I ordered like the bigger plate so I get 3 portions of the honey sesame chicken,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm eating it all.
Where's it from?
From Panda Express.
Oh, okay, cool.
The Thomas reveal.
Yeah.
Absolutely, that was a great scene.
I felt like Mev in that moment of just pure confusion. Like, what the fuck? What do you...
I thought he was just a robot boy with a cool necklace. What the fuck is this?
Well, like, with the context that I have, like, out of character knowledge, even then, it's kind of confusing. It's like, oh, I don't know how to. I don't know what you want. I don't know how to process this.
What does Aki talk to?
What?
Dirt Child said we all have things we talk to.
He can talk
And
to
that's-
grass.
And that's why, that's why, and hence why. No. He said we all have. I like how we all have something strange to talk to, and I joked, "Hey, that's not a nice thing to call Mev."
Ah.
And then when-
I mean, technically, Aki could strike up conversations with Valkyria.
That's true.
Mhm.
yeah, true. Or I could just fucking talk to myself, or
Or grass.
I mean,
yeah.
I could just learn. I could just learn to speak to plants and
Or
then
grass.
Yeah. Just
Wait, what does
speak to plants, just always in conversation with him at this point.
Kindling talk to? That's weird.
He
I-
apparently has gummies.
Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Is that his wolf head? got no
Yes,
teeth?
the wolf head, yeah.
Forgot about fucking.
Gummy.
Yeah, Mev. When are we gonna get our wolf back? Huh?
Listen, you know, we haven't really had a need yet.
Excuse me. We always have a need for lemon.
Look at how fucking exhausted our party is. We need somebody to give us emotional support.
In a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
Come on. Come on. Yeah.
I'm,
Come on, Peach. Roll the exact specific die we need. Come on.
Anyways,
So rude.
so my favorite moments. I say moments because I can't tell you about one of them. Definitely my favorite moment was Aki's compliment for Mev using the mind link. I thought that was so fucking cute.
I know. He's
That
trying to be a friend. He's trying to be there for you.
that
Friends,
was definitely
uh-huh.
adorable.
I've told you his preference is definitely friends.
Aki is gonna have to realize that that's not exactly a friendly exchange. That is flirting.
Just never have Aki go to Havelock for advice on how to be a friend because, well, he's getting recruited into boyfriend territory.
Hey, guess what? Aki doesn't know any better.
Yeah, we're gonna have a talk with Aki of like, listen, you can't tell someone that you're down bad.
Yeah, pretty much. like he has that kind of like, he has that lacking of social skills. So like he doesn't exactly see the difference, but also like the asexuality means he doesn't quite see the difference between like openly flirting to get in someone's pants and just giving them nice compliments.
Yeah.
I think when you just start kissing them would be a pretty big indicator.
Oh yeah, true.
Why, you're saying you don't kiss your homies goodnight?
My homie lives in Ohio.
Hi. Tom, did you have anything that you wanted to contribute?
It's either gotta be how the mind link like interacted with both Marine and the necklace, or just Rickety May. She's so much fun to play as.
Oh, I love Rickety May.
Yeah,
Oh, Rickety May. Sorry.
I enjoyed flavoring the mind link. Because I feel like, when you're going into people's heads, obviously everyone's head is different in how they work and function, and Marines especially is completely different.
Yes.
Yeah, because technically the brain goes... It's really complicated to explain how it works. While the core is like where the heart and the brain is, it still like depends on the like body to function. Just like any other organ does. Like you cut through some veins, like your brain or your heart's dead. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing with the core, even though they're both technically situated like in this singular bit. I'm just going to roll something because you were saying like, oh, what about a dog? If I roll a D8, what would have happened? You wouldn't have gotten lemon.
What would the inside of people's minds look like now? If we're doing that now for the mind link.
Well, you'll have to decide that and then tell me.
Because like I feel like you've mind linked with Aki a bunch of times.
She's done it on occasion.
Yeah, you did it like twice today, didn't you?
Well, yeah. And she, I believe, did it once before when she was demonstrating.
Yeah. And, okay, yeah. So you wouldn't have gone a direwolf if you had rolled it. You would have gone a boar.
Nice.
Ooh.
Piglet.
Yeah, if you guys want to decide what your minds feel like, then go ahead.
Peach herself and Tom will not like it.
Is it the ocean?
It is the deepest, darkest parts of the ocean.
Yeah, I thought so.
Thanks, I hate it.
We already know Marines is very unpleasant to be in.
That's
very loud.
That's more the mind link just gets very confused. It's like, okay, I've connected to the brain. Wait, there's no brain here. No, but I can still get hit. Shit.
It's just dial-up internet.
Man, that's gotta be awful for Mev, though, considering that she already shares a brain with someone, and then she connects her head to someone else's, and, like, that has to take up space, too.
Yeah.